Good morning. It's Friday. We've made it this far, and we got another day. I got another day. This week has been. I hope you've had a good week. This week, for the first couple of days, I kind of struggled. I just didn't feel good. Wednesday was a little hard, but Wednesday's always hard. Like that's when you're to your middle point. But yesterday was pretty good. Today has been good. I had good energy this morning. But I had a weird thought coming down the road today. And I guess I was thinking about some stuff, that in my past, some dumb decisions I've made. And the thing about those, you can't change them. Like, you can't go back and, just know those hard lessons that you needed to learn and not go through that stuff and not make dumb choices. But what I was thinking, like, the point I got to was, you never really know a person's situation or why they do what they do, and it seems like everybody's got an opinion. Everybody wants to say something bad about somebody. And I saw a video yesterday. I guess kind of goes right along with this. There was this woman, and she was sitting down, and whoever was filming this was not part of the group. They was over here sneaking. They was filming this, Everybody's got to film what's going on. And this woman was sitting here, and she had her back to the camera, and there was this man beside her. He had his back to the camera. Well, there was a woman standing up behind them, and she was, like, screaming at this woman, calling her names, and you really picked up that it was like a love triangle, what was going on. And a bunch of people commented, that they was on her side. Whatever he did, he cheated, or whatever he did, they were on her side. Well, there was one comment that really stuck out to me. And somebody commented, this shouldn't have been filmed and put on the internet. This is probably the worst moment of this woman's life. And if you've never been betrayed, and let's say, I don't know the situation, I don't know these people, let's say he's cheated on this woman with her. I kind of didn't get that. I think maybe he had left this woman for this other woman, because he was just sitting there like, they were both just sitting there like they wasn't even really fazed by it. Like, this really wasn't nothing new. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'd have been able to just sit there while somebody was screaming at me. We'd have been on the floor fighting probably, but I don't know. The situation looked funny, but if you've never had somebody betray you like that, or you've never found out something like that, I mean, you really don't know what you would do. And we could look at it like, man, that woman shouldn't have been in there acting like that, and that's so embarrassing. And later, she might regret that she did that. Maybe she wouldn't. I don't know. But you really don't know the situation. And because we know this happens too, right? The dude probably told this girl that's with him now that he was single as a bangle and ready to mingle. And he was with this other woman the whole time. Maybe with 2 or 3 more. And how many times has a woman been seeing multiple men, and these men end up finding out, and they're fighting in the yard? You just don't know. You don't know the situation. You could look at it like, oh, I can't believe they did that, or you won't believe what they did. I've had some stuff said about me, and I've made some dumb choices and had to find out some things and find out the hard way about things. And I'm not perfect by no means. Don't have everything all figured out for sure, but I've been lied to. I've been deceived. I've been played and stuff like that. And you really just don't never know situation or a person. And I've had people like be around me and me hear them talking about people of, I can't believe they did that and blah blah blah. And I'm like, and I've said, you really don't know. You don't know the situation. And I don't understand, like, trying to talk bad about people and tear people down. I don't understand that, and just like people, you see somebody that's, an addict and they're sleeping on the sidewalk. You don't know what got them to that point. This could be somebody that has lost everything and everybody that they ever cared about, and then somebody offered them some drugs and they felt better. And we all want to feel good. We all want to be happy. You don't know the situation. I've seen people cheer. And we've all seen it on social media and videos, and somebody like lose their business, go bankrupt or whatever the case, or get repoed or whatever, and people automatically jump up, well, they should have paid their bills. You don't know what happened. What if this person has got a kid at home with cancer, and that's why they couldn't pay for it, because they're trying to save this child's life? You'd feel pretty crappy if you knew that, wouldn't you? Maybe, well, some people don't think they'd care about that either, but stop the judgment. Like, set the judgment aside. Be good to people. Love them. Forgive them. Understand that you're not perfect either. They're not perfect. I've done stupid stuff. If you want to know about it, we can talk about it. You can come ask me questions. I'll tell you all about it, because there's no changing it. Why lie about stuff? Why act like you've got it all figured out and you've never done no wrong, or you've never made a bad choice? You can help people. You can say, hey, I've went down that street before and it ain't good. We need to do better. We really need to do better. Just be good to people. And don't worry about the past, because all you can do now is you can do better today. You can actually take the lessons you've learned. You can learn from what you've done, and you can do better. We can make better choices. Because I can tell you, sitting here today, that there are things that I've been through that I'm just not willing to go through again. I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago. I handle things, I handle people, I look at life completely different than I did even a year ago. Like, it's insane how different I am today as a year ago from last year at this point. Because we're always learning, we're always changing. And as long as we're in this flesh, we're going to mess up. We're going to need to learn. We're going to just make a bad choice, whatever. That's part of it. What I can tell you for sure, 100%, is I'm imperfect and I mess up. And if it hadn't been for me knowing Jesus, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you. Like, I would not be here. I would not have made it. So, whoever it is that maybe you're looking down on or you're judging, or maybe there's somebody looking down on you and judging you and talking about you, understand that we're all human. We all mess up. None of us are perfect. Quit judging each other. Quit talking ugly about each other. Like, and people are just constantly talking about stuff. I'd rather just be by myself. I just don't even want to be around nobody. Like, because I don't want to get sucked into that. I don't want to talk about nobody. I don't want to put nobody down. You know, because I know how that feels to, you know, have people just be awful and talk about you and have this opinion of you that's not true. You know, I don't want that. Like, and people just talk about each other horribly. Like, oh, did you hear so and so did this? Hate it for them. Pray for them. You know, or you don't know the story. Because usually it ain't even what's being said. But I hate for people to struggle. If you're going through a hard time, if you're addicted to drugs, or you're bankrupt, or you're getting a divorce, or whatever, I hate it for you. I hate it for you, and I hate that you're struggling. I'm not going to be laughing at you and cheering. I'm telling you, like, the love is missing. People. Like, humanity, we've got way far out in left field, and the love is missing. Like, to laugh at somebody's pain and judge people and talk down on people and stuff. We went wrong somewhere. So, happy Friday. Don't worry about your past. Don't worry about the bad choices. Let's move forward. Let's make better ones. And extend some grace to your neighbor. I pray that a lot, for God to help me to handle every situation that comes at me with grace. Because there's situations it's very hard. People will act a fool and I want to choke them. So it is hard, but let's extend some grace. Let's show some love. Let's try to have a little compassion and do better. Let's do better. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll see y'all soon.